So thinking about how science has taken God out of the equation, because what they realized is if you could find the rules of how things work, you don't need God as part of the equation, because you can get what you want, because it's predictable. This is the same as divination. So when people can predict the future, like there are certain things that you can predict, such as if you put a seed in the soil and watered it in a certain way under certain conditions, it would sprout, and under proper conditions it would turn into something different than the sprout, which would be probably a tree or a plant or some type. That's something that you can divine, you can predict. Now, when someone doesn't know how the system works, they don't think what you say is even possible, because they don't know what that is. I mean, just imagine a culture that's never seen seeds or plants. All they've seen are rocks, and what looks like a seed, or what is a seed, looks like a rock to them. Even if you break it open and show them that the inside is different, it might not make sense to them. They can realize something is different. However, what is it? That is the question. And they don't know what the predictable outcome can be. But you, being from this realm, being from the common knowledge that people have of how seeds work, it's nothing rare, it's nothing unusual, it's nothing exotic. Now, some seeds might be more complicated, and some things are just unknown and they're yet to be discovered how they work. There is fish out there that they didn't know how to make them breed in captivity. They didn't really understand how it worked. So this is our scientists and fish keepers. Sometimes people have figured out the different type of conditions that mimic their natural environment, their natural habitat, and with that they were able to get them to breed. There's been so many different kind of things that people have discovered, and that's why you have our current world. There's so much that is discovered, and there's so much that is known of this world that they can predict. I mean, it's not even psychic. No one would say it's psychic. You know, like if you hire someone to do construction, based on the type of work that they're known to do, you would think that they would continue on that trend and produce the desired results and the desired outcome. It can't take time to see the results come to pass, but some people are highly respected and known for getting the job done in a certain manner. They usually are booked in advance, they charge a lot, and usually work for very rich people, because the rich people can afford them, and those people are in high demand, so they don't have any shortage of clients. It's the same with anything that you do. If you are really good at what you do, the word gets out, people will come to you and demand your attention and demand your services. What happens, however, there's also a group of people who are not that good, who are not that skilled, and their services are not in much demand. And so they get clients from time to time because they are out there somehow, and it's almost like some of these animals that are able to get good resources and food easily, and others that just get food time to time. Usually you can tell by their manner of dress and how healthy they are and the things that they own, if they are successful or not. Those are the indicators. However, they can be misleading because some people, they work on trickery. But go back to our topic. Now, there are rules in this reality, and this reality being a matrix, and the definition of matrix is a place where things originate. It's like a womb, if you will. However, there is this thing that created that thing, and that's what people get confused. So science looks at the rules, not the thing that created the rules. It just looks at it as is. So they're trying to bypass the thing that created everything, thing that created the rules, thing that making everything work, and they're just looking at the mechanism and trying to manipulate the mechanism with their knowledge and know-how to get predictable, reliable results. And the rules are so precise that once you know how to work them, once you discover them, you can literally send someone into space and bring them back. You just got to know how. There is a way. The whole thing is about discovering the proper way that things work. Now, it's the same with our individual lives as well. Now, it's not only one way to do something. There are multiple ways, but you got to stick with the ways that work. Or you can go off on your own and trying to find a new way, which is also fine. However, I would say in the beginning, use techniques that work so you can get a good understanding and feel of how things work, so you can get closer to it. Get into the spirit, get into the energy of that thing, because at some point, what they call entanglement, you can be connected to that thing. You can be deeply connected, just like people get connected to each other. They feel each other. People get connected to their animals. You know, there's studies where people will go home. Before they get home, the animals will get excited. They'll know that they're coming. Even in the double-blind experiments where the people don't even know when they're going to go home, and even the person who's going to call them doesn't even know who they're going to call and when they're going to call them. So somebody randomly picks them from a list, gives it to somebody else to call, and then they get the call. Before they get home, dogs get excited. They can literally feel this because they are so connected. Now, that's the level of entanglement. Entanglement means connected, entwined. Just imagine, like, have you ever seen something growing into something? Like a plant growing into the, like, cement, the concrete cracks, or fungus growing into like some hard surface, or rust, like on metal. You know, different things that I've seen like happening that are so deeply connected. They're like, they literally change the form on some level. And the form is like when they are connected. And what I'm trying to tell you is the fact that when you have a goal, when you have a desire, you can get deeply connected to it. Now, the problem is, it's not the fact that people can draw things to them. People are doing it all the time. Some people have a problem of how to accept those things that they draw. And that's what we're going to talk about in our next segment.